Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. My name is Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com, and I've got a week of great New Hampshire-based musicians and artists. All kinds of different stuff for you this week. I think you're going to really like the playlist. And let's dive right in, shall we? First, on this week's show, this is Elroy. That's the band Elroy, not an individual. They are from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And I really like this a lot. Some really good positive stuff to open up this week's Local Outbreak. And this is called Make It Shine by Elroy. Right here on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
This time is the right time to make it all go your way. Don't wait for the right sign. Make the change come today. You got to make it shine. Before it all falls apart, you got to feel the sunshine. Let it into your heart. One step to the bright side, one step away from the fear. Move away from your lost pride. The real solution is here. You got to make it shine. Before it all falls apart, you got to feel the sunshine. Let it into your heart. Free your mind from your self-doubt, and then you'll know what to do. You got to push all the hate out to feel the love come to you. You got to make it shine. Before it all falls apart, you got to feel the sunshine. Let it into your heart. You got to make it shine. Before it all falls apart, you got to feel the sunshine. Let it into your heart.
I love that. I love everything about it. I love the sound. I love the whole vibe. That is Elroy with Make It Shine. That's really good stuff. Next up, here's some hip hop. Got some hip hop for you this week. This is really good. This is Chase Trill which is one word, Chase Trill from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And this is called Cypher Gods, and it features Mr. Goodbars, Bug Out, Unducati, and Ape the Grim. A lot of big names in hip-hop here in New Hampshire that are on this track, some of whom we have featured on the show before and some of whom we haven't. So check this out. Cypher Gods from Chase Trill and a whole lot of other people. This is a long track, but it's pretty good. Next up on this week's Local Outbreak.
Yeah, like the boss, you can tell that I'm getting checks. I love peace, but a nigga still ring your neck. Gutter like ball courts, tryna whip that mall car. Beneficial Kobe and I bang it like an all-star. Metal in my eyes, so I'm aiming down a 9 sight. Flatten down beats like a nigga just iron mics. I ain't never had nothing, running to the trash stomach. Selling to these crack dummies, stick 'em if he act funny. Spitting like Wayne when I ran my first train. Daycare in the mouth while my soul took a brain. OG had love for me, always kept the Lord around me. If I had an issue, yeah, he taught me how to use it, Tommy. Carolina backwoods, never needed rolling papers. Gangs all around me and my life generated haters. Turns against fans while I'm still rocking Vans. And I'm skating on you, and so then he caught the hands.
Step inside the shed, you can see where the tools kept. Killers think they shine to catch a motherfucking break. Y'all ain't trying to do an issue, not trying to lose it. I'm crazy enough to stab you to death with a toothpick. Usually I'm cool, bitch. Regardless of my hot bars, you the type to get your dumb ass hit by a parked car. Sweeter than baklava, get ate like Octomom. See, I can rock a rhyme like whatever you want. I don't flown to the shit, don't own it. Do have a few loans, no longer on a futon. Next step is a crouton. I'm trying to save a little like coupons or key foods. Fam gotta eat too, the cycle like a beat loop. Playing over and over and over again. These boulders I'm holding are heavy, my shoulders feel like they folding in. Maybe I'm not supposed to win, but I doubt it. So if I ever come up short, then I ain't allowed it, huh?
Yeah. Repeat offender to the game, I'm a bomb threat. If my amigos fit the flames, we gon' offset. Product of the product that they feed the children. If we stop the war, we be saving millions. Nah, we won't get into that. Profit to the scholars who won't put the city on the map. No Dora, but I bought the boots if you hear me. Got too many white folks that fear me, or much rather kill me. Say that for the police, that's the gang, hang me up in the change. You want change? You gotta do it yourself. Of waiting in the bottom line, I move for the wealth. I acquire the things I deem probable. These lames swear I'm unstoppable. Never jock a hoe, I've been in my own lane. Ever since he passed the torch, I felt insane. Metamorphosis is the way I rock the mic. Legend up with them, of course I had to set a price. These songs and these talk down, go do what I like. You do this for fun, I do this for life. It's crazy when them beats get to bumping. These lyrics come flying off the street and straight up thumping. I don't know what it is, got these MCs slumping in their chairs. You already know I'm prepared.
Witness of sickness, growing like a lotus in your field of roses, coasting like a lotus over tracks. You didn't notice? My magic's more tragic than Irvin Johnson's illness to a kid who got his house robbed on Christmas. Basement to attic, lyrics spitting in gothic letters for you trying to see me, but I'll crack your cabbage for kicking garbage. Melts like hot plastic on your skin, causing carnage all in your garden. Multiplying like rabbits for your carrots. Sanitation begin to be trashed like your chickens. So flatter than a cracked up Oriental ass, but my rhymes be shining like rubies. Since the days of Fat Albert, Dumb Donald, and Rudy. The facts of life got you turning 2D, bitch, excuse me. Sniff 6 lines, then call me when you're done. You'll have to be the how to fuck with me when I come, cause when I get there, I'm rolling like a wheelchair on your whole affair. To silence your shit, I think you better sniff another one.
Don't get on some hipster shit with me, that's a warning. I take the one who act like he the hardest and slap it on him. Anyone part of the problem better boogaloo. When I start hunting for gangsters, you piece of crew. I get caught up in the passion and bash your tats in. I'm a hired assassin looking for the sign of a has-been. I'd rather be a never was until the time is right. I'm not an online guy, so I don't have a hype, but I still moonwalk into an uphill battle and drop kick you in the chest so hard your lungs rattle. It's called martial law, that means I'll call you out. When I show up at your house, you hide behind the couch. Don't get tossed off the planet and caught under the granite. I got that Andre the Giant Porzingis advantage. I'm the baddest in the world at a lot of this shit. Don't bother snitch. I put your bars in a golf bag and flex my If the best there is, the grim. Iller than William H. Antrim, Barney McCarty, Emilio Estevez, the kid. I came through with the 6-0, we smashed the whole ish. We puff only the holiest, that look like fall foliage. And I got a couple J's made, put them in a tape case. I'm ready for a play date. You would rather tailgate, while I keep your defense out there in the field the whole game. You better watch out for anybody who only wants fame. There's no moral to your story whatsoever. Think about that. If you could find some class, I'd feel a lot better. And tell your mommy I'll box a sandwich with my package. I told her to take it to go so you can practice. You don't know what bodies are, but maybe I'll show you some. You could be all you could be, or I could make you one. And I'd love for a muff to spawn. I'll be in your ass like the next 7 years strong.
Cypher Gods from Chase Trill and others on this week's Local Outbreak. Next, so we featured these guys on the show actually relatively recently. I found them on Bandcamp and was really impressed, but they've already got something new, something brand new. So up next, here's some metal for you. This is Reich of Shadows, and the song is called Fortune's Hand. Next on this week's Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation.
Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
This is Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton from IPM Nation here with you. And let's see, up next, this is really interesting. This is a project called Def Rock and the Neuromancer. Kind of a long name, Def Rock and the Neuromancer. That's Def, D-E-F. And the track is called We Only in Death for the Sleep. It's a little dark. This would have been great for right before Halloween. Actually, I found a bunch of stuff this week that would have been great for right before Halloween, but it was released like on Halloween. So because of when we taped the show, I had to, I didn't really discover it until this week's show. But check this out. It's really interesting. I think you'll like it. Next up on Local Outbreak.
There's no light, only darkness that engulfs me. No life, only realms of a distant memory. Where to roam when the body is gone home? Do we still live on? At face with the creator or asleep on an elevator? You jocking Jesus, acting out like an alligator. Man showed you no love, you became the latest and greatest hater. Waiting on a call, better chance that you'll dance with a satyr. Stuck in the middle like a rusted crossfader. Never no reasons in the end, muffled the mouth of the great debater. Funny we thought the after forever would be much greater. Memories sizzle, finally sleep later. Fade to blackness, no longer to exist. No mythical existence, no magical realm to visit. Into the darkness and no spirit. Shut your ears quick so you don't hear it. Dead to the world that constantly feared it. Imagination created the ultimate vivid hallucination. World where our most loved people are standing waiting. Imagine the fear of the hellish spawn, Satan, and all other explanations that we created. Sorry to get too deep, we only in death for the sleep. Sorry to get too deep, we only in death for the sleep. Wonder we even waste tears as we weep. I guess that's the way of being a human being. When we don't understand it, we fill up the spaces in between. No imagination, no place to dream. No reason but the seasons. Apply the imagination, we're living the dream. So many of us victims of treason. Imagine everything was a lie that we taught to believe in. For the sole purpose of keeping the population underachieving. Something to believe in. Sorry to get too deep, we only in death for the sleep. And once again we go like this. Sorry. There is no light, only darkness that engulfs me. No light, only realms of a distant memory. Where to roam when the body is gone home? Do we still live on? At face with the creator or asleep on an elevator? You jocking Jesus, acting out like an alligator. When the man showed you no love, you became the latest and greatest hater. Waiting on a call, better chance you'll dance with a satyr. Stuck in the middle like a rusted crossfader. Never no reasons in the end, muffled the mouth of the great debater. Funny we thought the after forever would be so much greater. Memories fizzle, now we can finally sleep later. Fade to blackness, no longer to exist. No mythical existence, no magical realm to visit. Into the darkness and no spirit. Shut your ears quick so you don't hear it. Dead to the world that constantly feared it. Imagination created the ultimate vivid hallucination. World where our most loved people are standing waiting. Imagining the hellish spawn of devil Satan. And all the other explanations that we created. Sorry to get too deep, we only in death for the sleep. Wonder why we even waste tears that we weep. We only in death for the sleep. Only in death for the sleep. Sleep.
That's Def Rock and the Neuromancer. We Only in Death for the Sleep. Before that, we heard Reich of Shadows, Fortune's Hand. Next up, here's some more hip-hop for you. This is 8BZA, and I love it. I love 8BZA. Absolutely one of my favorite hip-hop artists from New Hampshire. We have had him on the show, I think, once or twice for an interview. I want to get him back on. But this is great. Now, this isn't necessarily new, but it's something I really love that I haven't played on the show before, so... here it is. This is 8BZA, and the track is called Removing My Burden. Next up on this week's Local Outbreak.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aesthetic. I am your host, 8BZA. Accompanying me on the beats is my good friend Max Milliseconds. Now that the gasoline is back in the tank, all we can do is continue to go forward. Acceleration. That's part 2. We're talking aesthetic right now. What is aesthetic? Aesthetic is a set of principles underlying and guiding the work of a particular artist or artistic movement. Basically, the 8BZA aesthetic.
Kept pretty much to himself at first. I guess he had a lot on his mind, trying to adapt to life on the inside. It wasn't until a month went by that he finally opened his mouth to say more than 2 words to somebody. As it turned out, that somebody was me.
Trudge through the mud, lugging a backpack of sand. The outside is strapped with bricks, outside is brick. Tiny little razor blades whip it through your coat to get the white meat thick. The walls have eyes, the windows have ears. The torment's been plaguing you for several years. You want feeling worthy, you're hanging with the same bunch. But stop obsessing this much, be out to lunch. Forfeit their position, there'll be no forgiving. You made your decision, the sun's trying to obstruct your view. Beaming extra bright while you beat yourself up, saying you can't do anything right. This is what a broken person feels like. I've been there, homie, I know the feel. But you don't wanna hear that, you hear it anytime you open up to a person not keeping it real. It's only saying what they think will make you feel better, while you stress to the letter, knowing that it's not really on their agenda. And half-ass quote, understanding unquote, just make you feel lesser. This is what anxiety feels like. I've been there, homie, still know the feel. It's much less pronounced, I know I definitely need a couch session to 3 myself, it's that real. Bottom line, you can't let it get you down. You made it this far, so what's another 50 rounds? Float to the surface, come up for air. You just gotta get your thoughts clear. Your condition isn't rare, my friend. This thought you wanna know it's not the end. But till you figure out how you're gonna manage this, it's gonna be hell, I won't pretend. Yeah, 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 1, 2. This one's for all my depressed kids. This one's for all my depressed kids. This one's for all my depressed kids. Just gotta give it and let it live. This one's for all my depressed kids. Just gotta give it and let it live. This one's for all my depressed kids. Just gotta give it and let it live. Yeah. This one's for all my depressed kids. I used to want to stick a knife in my brain, kill my train of thought, put a remote to my temple and shut the power off, to move my clearance level down to a negative decimal. But lies matter no matter how infinitesimal. Now as I read stories of folks checking out, I'm feeling sadness for their own loss. Somewhere along the way they were reassured of their worth. Following that, some X-Men and some pain was unearthed. Try to reason with somebody what they mind made. You know it's a complete waste of time. You gotta murder the stigma to get results, and that's a challenge in itself, most don't like to climb. Think about the person that's living with it. They gotta make that climb on a daily. A good number escape so they can tolerate it, but unfortunately, most choose blind. And then the downward spiral commences. 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 to limit my judgment calls, cause everybody has their own struggle. It's a hell in itself when you live life feeling like you don't match a piece to the puzzle. 443 eyes open while the world's night-night, unloved in the membrane. Can't surpass the urge anymore, and you just wanna throw it all down the drain. Nah, this is not for the faint of heart. It's not a matter of a lack of smarts. You wouldn't understand if you never been depressed. The stress from your adrenal gland done to excess. Healthy life, drama free, I'll be rolling right, seeing how it really is without the fight or flight. And I'm all about not being part of negative, like I was when I wasn't held down by a sedative.
Hello, Newman.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation. Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com, bringing you some great New Hampshire-based music. So much great talent here in the Granite State. Up next, this is Oddfellows Way, and the track is called Cold Sweats. This is, they classify this on Bandcamp as dark Americana. But this is really great stuff. These guys are from Concord, New Hampshire. Oddfellows Way, Cold Sweats. Next up on Local Outbreak.
The bleach is boiling, and it's turned into crystal. There goes my wagon with my pistol. There's ghouls in the closet, a hooker monkey on my back. Can make heaven out of hell without my smack. There's a casino in the sewers, it's Monopoly in the streets. Pinpricks in the webbing of my feet. Oh, the cold sweats are guaranteed. So why is everybody just staring at me? The balloon is getting smaller, the demand is getting taller. Guess I'll just go rob Grandpa's grave. A tiny pinch of angel and maybe a little dash of speed. What does it mean if I can't read? So R-U-T-I-N-A, my mistress of daydreams, mixing day and night now by the seams. The cold sweats are guaranteed. So why is everybody just staring at me? The bleach is boiling and it's turned into crystal. There goes my wagon with my pistol. There's ghouls in the closet, a hooker monkey on my bed. Can they get it out of hell without my smack? There's a casino in the sewers, you know it's Monopoly in those streets. I pin bricks in the webbing of my feet. All the cold sweats are guaranteed. So why is everybody just staring at me? The balloon is getting smaller, the little man is getting taller. Because I'll just go around Grandpa's grave. A tiny pinch of angel, maybe a little dash of speed. Well, what does that mean if I can't read? Well, R-U-T-I-N-A, my mistress of daydream, missing day and night now by the sea. Well, the cold sweats are guaranteed. So why is everybody just staring at me?
That was Oddfellows Way with Cold Sweats. Before that, we heard 8 Bizza with Removing My Burden. And by the way, 8 Bizza, if you're looking for them online, it's the number 8-BZA, 8 Bizza. Next on the show, this is Star Moles. And we've definitely played Star Moles on the show before, but not for a long time. This is some brand new stuff. It's considered, what do they call it, bedroom pop, because it's like music you just record in your dorm room at UNH, in the case of Star Moles. But I like it. It's really interesting stuff. So this is Star Moles, and the song is called Atrophy Wife. Next up on this week's Local Outbreak.
Once more before I turn into stone, I never really like to be all alone, but I don't have a good excuse, so while I'm waiting on the light of my life, don't let me turn into an atrophy wife. Make me useful to you. Just because I don't speak doesn't mean that I don't see you. Why would you speak to me first? Baby, I'm the worst, don't you know? It's my move, but I'll never go. I keep moving slower than slow, slower than slow. Sometimes I think of Patrick, my Edgar Allan Poe, my Mormon, I sings the great boyfriend in 7th grade. I left him for his name was Lawrence. He didn't know me, but I adored him, and the rest is history. Gone but not forgotten, all the love in me. Wasted on boys that make me lose my voice. Ooh, why would you speak to me first? Baby, I'm the worst, don't you know? It's my move, but I'll never go. I keep moving slower than slow. Don't let me be so lonely. How many angels? How many angels are in the room? We can never know. We can never know for sure.
That was Star Moles with Atrophy Wife, and now I'm wondering, and it didn't occur to me until just now, I wonder if that's a typo, and it's supposed to be a trophy wife, and they when they entered it on bandcamp.com, which is a great resource, by the way, for finding independent music and unsigned artists and local stuff. I wonder if that was a typo, and it was supposed to be a trophy wife, and instead they left out the space, and it's Atrophy Wife, or maybe I'm supposed to think that. and it's and they were being clever with it, and it's supposed to be Atrophy Wife, but it's supposed to make you wonder, is it supposed to be a Trophy Wife? I don't know. But that was Star Moles with Atrophy Wife. Some interesting stuff. Next on Local Outbreak. Now, this is a band that we've definitely featured on the show before, but they just released just a few B-sides. Somebody out there actually still does B-sides in this era, believe it or not. Some old school punk. It's Time Out Timmy, and the track is called Little Strings. So this is one of their newly released B-sides. Little Strings by Time Out Timmy. Next on this week's Local Outbreak.
Got me thinking about all these horrible things. Laughing at me, tapping in the back. Wait until I just fire right up back, Trust is one thing that I don't get. I'm somewhere with all of your regrets, so let me down and just shut me up, so I can just give your whole world all of my takes. All my takes, all my takes, all my takes. Got me thinking about the fire things now. All my takes, all my takes, all my takes. Got me thinking about the fire things.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
This is Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton here from IPMNation.com. We have time for one more, which I will share with you in just a moment, but I want to remind everybody, of course, if you want to get access to the full archive of the show, plus find out more information, all the social media links and all that, that's very, very easy. Go to IPMNation.com/local outbreak, IPMNation.com/local outbreak, and you can find out everything there, including when it airs and download previous episodes and all that great stuff. Also, too, feel free to hit us up if you have some music you'd like played on the show, or maybe you want to schedule an interview, etc. Email us, submissions@IPMNation.com. That is submissions@IPMNation.com. Or hit us up on Facebook, too. And if you haven't given the Local Outbreak page a like yet on Facebook, we would really appreciate that. But that's also a way that you can reach out and get in touch with us. And we will go from there. Would love to hear from you. Occasionally if I find a band or a solo artist or a project or whatever it may be that I'm particularly enthusiastic about, I like to bookend the show with that same artist. So we opened with this band I found online from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, called Elroy. And we're going to close with them as well because, like I said, I really like the sound, the production, everything these guys are doing. I really, really like. So we opened with a track called Make It Shine by Elroy. We're going to close with another Elroy song this week. It's called The Girl Is Hard to Get. And this will close out this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
She's not playing the game, but the result is still the same. She's gonna make you wanna quit, but you're never gonna get over it, yeah. She's the one you can't forget, but you haven't broken through just yet. Waiting for the right time, looking for the right sign. The girl is hard to get. The girl is hard to get. You think you got a clue. You think you know just what to do. But then she changes like the weather, and you're never gonna get her, because the girl is hard to get. 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 The girl is hard to get to.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.